Good day, viewers. This is Dr. Makinde again from Tokmak Farmer Center. Just like I told you, in this segment we have 5,000 birds. There are quite a number of things that have changed between the last time I came to the farm and now. And this morning, by the time I get into where the birds are, I'm going to be telling you what the changes are. But this morning we want to vaccinate the birds. Vaccinations in the poultry business is very important in order to prevent certain diseases. But if you can see what we are doing now, we are trying to mix the vaccines with the water. The vaccines are actually contained in these bottles. These are the vaccines. Each one of them is 1,000 bottles, 1,000 doses, 1,000 doses. So we are using 5,000 to 6,000 doses for these bots. So we are going to vaccinate it. We have made available. Where are the vaccine? The vials. So each of these vials contain about 1,000. We have already removed we have reconstituted it with water. What we did, the first thing is to determine the quantity of water you want to use. And the thumb rule is that you have to divide the portion of water you are using per day either by 3 or by 4. Assuming your birds are consuming 100 liters of water, within 25 liters to 30 liters is okay for you to use to vaccinate them. Currently, our birds are consuming about 120 liters on a daily basis because they are still young. So in this container, we have about 40 liters or thereabout that we have made available, and we have already mixed it with milk. Now, let me explain why we decided to use skim milk to mix the water before we start adding vaccine. We know that chlorinated water has a capacity to affect the potency of the vaccine we are trying to give to the birds. So, provided this water is chlorinated and we don't know, so we decided to use skim milk so that it can reduce the effects that chlorine can have on that vaccine. The important thing is that we want the real vaccines to be available to these chicks that we want to vaccinate. So that's the essence. Now, our vaccine have been reconstituted. We have had about 40 liters that we want to give to the birds. Another important thing that we did early this morning is that we decided to withdraw all the waters that have been available for the birds. Just within an hour of 2 to 3 hours is okay. You don't need to starve the birds for all the day long because you want to vaccinate birds. There are some people, because they want to vaccinate birds, since morning, they start the birds of water since morning up till afternoon, because they want to vaccinate. That is not good. So we're going in now. We have already reconstituted our vaccines. We are going in now to give our chicks that vaccine. Now, like I told you, you see, all this feeding, the drinkers are empty. The drinkers are empty. And in the last 2 to 3 hours, we have not given them water. So that the essence is that so that all of them, they can rush the water as fast as possible. Then another thing is that we want to make sure that we fill the drinker as fast as we can. We fix the drinkers as fast as we can. Then the first thing we do is that we are going to, first of all, share this water equally to all the drinkers we have here. Immediately we do that. And while we are doing that, we are trying to avoid spillage. But by the time we are through with sharing all the water, all the vaccinated water, almost at the same time, we make it available for them. The first thing that you see that we are doing, we are trying to distribute to share the water into all the pens. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing right here. If you can see that these birds have been starved for some hours in order to ensure that by the time the vaccinated water is available for them, they are going to take it almost at the same time. Now, another thing I want you to notice is that the last time I came here, we have increased the space just within 1 week. We have increased the space. And if you look at, we have increased the space because we noticed that the provided space at day one is no longer enough for them. So we decided to increase their space a little bit. Another thing I want you to note, if you look at our heat source, you notice that we don't really have fire in it at the moment because the temperature this morning is not cold at all. So you need to be very observant, and every operation you carry out while you are breeding your birds depends on what you observe. So at this stage, observation is very important. You need to observe what's the level of temperature. Do I need to increase the temperature? Do I need to reduce the temperature? So like I was saying, or if you look at all our heat sources, there are virtually no heat there. The charcoals have been put out because the temperature this morning is very, very conducive. And also, when we noticed that the space was becoming small for them, we increased the available space for the birds. So just like I was saying, we're still continuing with providing, sharing, distributing the water. Don't forget, this is the constituted vaccine with the water that we have already added the skim milk. And there's something I want you to note. If you observe, those ones that we have already put water, we notice that even though we have put water in the drinking trough, we still don't make it available for them. The water is there already. They are really, really looking for water to drink. And by the time we are through with feeding, getting water, the vaccinated water into all the drinkers, then almost at the same time, we will make it available for them. So why do we vaccinate? Vaccination in poultry is very, very important. And there are quite a number different types of vaccination that we carry out in poultry vaccine, in poultry rearing. Now, but I must tell you that if you have not vaccinated your bird before, it's important for you to consult your vet, get your veterinary doctor to advise you on the type of vaccine to use and the time of administering the vaccines. These are very, very important. So how do you determine when to vaccinate your birds, especially from the day old? Now, the best thing to do is to actually carry out what we call sero-monitoring. When you carry out sero-monitoring, you want to determine the level of maternal immunity that is available on the birds. I mean, the immunity that they carry from their parents. And if the maternal immunity is high, you could delay. If it's very high, you could delay the time that you are vaccinating your birds. Now, but in case you are not sure, and maybe the maternal immunity is low, I think for the first 8 to 10 days, you should be able to do your first Lasota and Gumboro vaccines. Lasota vaccine is the vaccine we use against the Newcastle disease. The Newcastle disease. Why the Gumboro disease vaccine is the one that is used to prevent IBD vaccine. We call it infectious bursar disease. That is the Gumboro disease. Now, those ones are very, very important, and These diseases are important for us to prevent so that we are not going to have casualties when we are raising these birds. So, vaccination, like I said, are important. Please consult your vet. Even me, I also consult other veterinarians when I need to clarify issues or when we need to compare papers. In this business, please don't say that I'm a master of all, as if you have known everything. You need to keep comparing papers. You need to keep consulting your veterinarian so that you will not make mistake. But when you make mistake in this business, is loss of resources, loss of revenue. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost getting to the time that we're going to make this to be available for the bird to start drinking. If you notice, almost all the drinkers here have been filled with water, the vaccinated water. And when it is time for us to, you can see they're really looking for the water. They're looking for the water, but not yet. Just keep waiting. Very soon, we're going to make this to be available for you. Now, the essence of starving them a bit is to ensure that they quickly rush the water, and we ensure that we take the vaccine. So, vaccinating our birds is definitely going to give us rest of mind, because we know that we have done the best that we can. So, we're still waiting for other ones to be filled. Now, we have also determined, based on the number of the drinkers we have, what is the quantity of water we are supposed to put into each of these drinkers. Now, after we have filled them, we have started making it available for them. You can see we have started making available for them. You can see we're already making it available for them. Very soon, you will see them coming around to drink the water. Another important thing we do, at this stage, we try to avoid spillage of the vaccines or the vaccinated water or the vaccine and the water as much as possible. We try to avoid spillage. He wants to ensure that it is not pouring on the ground, because we want the quantity that we have made available for the birds to get to them. So that is what it takes to vaccinate your birds. What is important is for you to determine the timing and the best way to do it. Another thing I must not fail to mention is the fact that when you are getting your vaccine, you must make sure that you get it for a good source. A good source where you know that they preserve their vaccines very well. And I'm confident that because we also sell vaccine, we provide veterinary services, we sell veterinary drugs and vaccines. And when you get to our pharmacy, you find out that we are actually invested in a lot in order to preserve the cold chain that is required, especially in vaccine preservation. So, maybe you are looking for where to get your vaccine. Please get to any of the Tokma Farmer Center outlets. We have those outlets in Ogun State. If you get to Arigbajo in Ifo, we have a complex there where we do all these services. So you get there and get your vaccine. Now, you can see the chicks. You can see they're already taking their vaccines. They are taking the vaccine at the same time. So we are sure, and if you look at them all around, you can see them. They are already getting around. You know, they have been starved for some time, so they are already looking for water. They are looking for where the water is. But as they are taking the water, they are taking the vaccine at the same time. If you look clearly, you see that each one of the drinking the drinking trough or the drinker, you see them around. Now all this one, they are still waiting, they are waiting for their own turn. But the moment they discover that some of them are already getting the water, they will quickly run around to see where they are getting the water. So that's the essence of all this process, and it's important that we get to do it very well. So, like I said, maybe you are looking for where to get your vaccines. Remember to contact us at Stockmark Pharma Center. You can also get us online through our website www.pharmacenter.com.ng, so that you can get all that you need. I'm sure that this business will do very well because we try to put in our best, and with God on our side, we know that we will do well. I'm sure some of us could be seeing the funnel at this portion. Someone was trying to ask me the last video I made, now what is this funnel about? The funnels, they are meant for the bigger feeder. When the birds are bigger than this, we normally just use it to cover the bigger feeder that will be introduced here, because normally those birds, they like standing on the feeder. They could even defecate on it. So, but I just invented the issue of using this funnel. With this funnel, they do not have a space to stay. So that is what this meant. When the time comes, I'm sure I will show you how this is being used. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is all. This is how far we are going to go this morning as regards vaccination of chicks. Don't forget that I said there are different types of vaccination in poultry. But the important thing is for you to ensure that you have a veterinary doctor that is helping you to take care of your farm, or any other experienced vet technician that could support you. And we also work hand in hand. If any one of us need assistance, we know who to call, because livestock business is a real business and it's capital intensive, and it's also very profitable, provided we get it right. You can see another thing I will need to tell you, and I must commend my men, is that the litter is very dry. The litter is very dry. You must ensure that your litter is dry, because these are the things that reduce the risk of infection. When your litters are very dry, you can be sure that you have reduced the risk of infection as much as possible. If this is your first time of getting to this video, or maybe you have been watching our channel but you are yet to subscribe, this is the best time for you to subscribe to this channel, share it with others, and also don't forget to also click on the notification bell, so that anytime we release new videos, you can also be notified. Like I told you, I'm going to be giving you stage by stage development of these chicks until they are about to start laying birds. Poultry business is a beautiful business, and if you are thinking about doing it, it's something good. But the important thing is that these days it's capital intensive, so it's something you need to plan for. But I tell you that if you do it well, it is very, very, very profitable. Before I go, I must commend my people for their hard work, because it's not easy brooding birds, because virtually you need to be with them almost 24/7. As we are vaccinating them, we are watching them, we are looking at them. We want to be sure that they are getting the vaccine we need. And as soon as this water is completely is finished, we can decide to give them plain water and other things. Until I come your way again, when I'm going to be discussing another important thing when it comes to operations in the brooding poultry, especially the day-old chicks.